Welcome to Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, with your host, Steve Garrett, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 45 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call them at 833-840-5334. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. And be sure to visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join our Corvette Today Facebook group there as well. Also, make sure you sign up for the Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at CorvetteToday.ck.page. And be sure to subscribe to our Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube as well. And be sure to patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, MidEngineCorvetteForum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at MidEngineCorvetteForum.com. Soul Performance Products, developed and manufactured in the United States, the Soul Performance Products exhaust portfolio has been tailored to elevate the experience of the world's most exciting sports cars, including the latest generation of the Corvette. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvette. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit Aerolarri.com. Ciocca Corvettes. If you're a Corvette enthusiast, and I know you are since you're listening and watching Corvette Today, then you need to know about Ciocca Corvette. They're based in Atlantic City, where you can find over 100 new and pre-owned vets on the lot and inbound. Ciocca also ships Corvettes all over the country, custom ordered to your specifications. They're staffed with experienced pros who can answer all your questions. So don't compromise. Visit CioccaCorvette.com. That's CIOCCA Corvette.com and find out more. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. E5 Wheels. E5 Wheels is a passionate and dedicated wheel company that serves only Corvette. They make spun-forged wheels for your C8, C7, and C6 Corvette. With the best fitment in the industry, E5 Wheels ensures your wheels complement the aesthetics and functionality while optimizing the performance of your Corvette. Visit e5wheels.com or call them at 305-964-7429. And a shout out to Corvette Forum, welcoming Corvette enthusiasts from around the world. This Corvette Today show has been a long time coming. It is my true honor and pleasure to introduce you to the president and CEO of the National Corvette Museum and personal friend of mine, Mr. Bryce Burklow. Bryce, welcome to Corvette Today, my friend.
Thank you, Steve. I'm very excited to be on with you, and I'm a long-time listener, so I'm excited to be here.
Like I said, it's been a long time coming. I am so glad you're here. First of all, Bryce, before we get into everything, tell me about your upbringing. Where did you grow up? Did you have any siblings? And did you come from a car family?
Absolutely. So I'm actually from right here in South Central Kentucky, not far from Bowling Green at all. I've always felt a strong connection to the community. I grew up with an older brother. I now have a larger, wonderful blended family, but we were raised with a strong work ethic and a deep appreciation for doing things right. So while we weren't really a full-blown car family in the traditional sense, we were always a deep respect for vehicles. My paternal grandfather would wash his cars every single weekend to make sure that they were ready for him and my grandmother for the week. And then my mom's grandfather had farms, so we were always working on work trucks and utility vehicles and getting them ready to run around.
Buddy, it sounds just like our family. My dad had Sundays off before they repealed the blue law, so every Sunday we cleaned out the garage and we washed mom and dad's car every single Sunday.
Every weekend. Yes,
you
sir.
Got it. Absolutely right. So did cars play a big part in your childhood, your adolescence, and even your teenage years?
Yeah, they absolutely did. So while we didn't grow up at the track, we were so close to Bowling Green and the assembly plant and the museum. Cars were always a point of curiosity and conversation. We had a 1966 Mustang in the garage that was an ongoing restoration project for us. My grandfather had a 1919 Chevrolet touring car.
Wow.
That I would always tag along, and we'd go to car shows and cruise-ins, and just watching how excited he was to be part of the shows, or especially when he won. So those experiences really helped shape my early appreciation for vehicles.
So you grew up in the car show circuit then, didn't you?
Absolutely. Lots of car shows down here in Southern Kentucky. So every weekend there was somewhere to be or some cars to look at.
I love it. Now, tell me about your first recollection of seeing a Corvette.
So my first recollection, my earliest core memory of a Corvette is definitely coming to the opening weekend here at the Corvette Museum. I won't age myself, but I will admit that I was a little bit shorter during my first visit here to the museum. And I remember standing outside in the crowd and being so excited, getting to walk through the galleries, seeing the cars, hearing people talk about the cars, and just being absolutely blown away. So that visit 100% still sticks with me. It's kind of surreal now to think that I get to walk through these same halls every single day. And that first impression, it's never faded. It's a driving force for us. I try and look through the lens of everybody coming to the museum for the first time with that experience I had my first time.
That's a great Corvette memory, buddy. That's probably tops on the list, isn't it?
It's hard to beat, right?
Absolutely, for sure. Now, growing up, I had posters on my wall. I didn't have movie stars. I had cars. And, that white Countach, that Lamborghini Countach with the scissor doors, that was the poster on my wall. When you grew up, what did you have on your wall? Was it posters of cars or movie stars or what?
Absolutely. It was posters of cars and musicians. The car that always had a spot on my wall was the C4. There was something about the C4 at that time, just the lines of the car, how futuristic and bold it felt. It always had a spot. But there were cars. I had the same one that sounds like you had on your wall too. Plus, musicians would come and go. But the one that was always there was that C4.
Yeah, being a disc jockey on the radio for 48 years here in Kansas City, I forgot about the Beatle poster that was on my wall. My favorite group, that was up there with the Countach for sure. Well, buddy, let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about your educational career and the start of your work career. That's coming up next here on Corvette Today.
Wheelcraft's PVD chrome finish in bright chrome or black chrome is the buzz of the Corvette community. But now, Wheelcraft is proud to announce they can now do custom finishes for your OEM wheels, including the bronze wheel color option. And you still get the Wheelcraft 5-year warranty on all wheels. Wheelcraft offers factory wheel exchanges for C4 through C8 Corvettes, or they can apply the PVD chrome finish to your current wheels. Buying a new Corvette? Wheelcraft will work with your Chevrolet dealership to get your PVD chrome wheels there on time. You can drive away with your new wheels already installed. Doing an R8C delivery at the National Corvette Museum? Wheelcraft has partnered with the NCM Motorsports Park to do wheel exchanges once your R8C delivery is completed. You'll drive home from the NCM with your new Wheelcraft wheels. Plus, you still get free lifetime access to the Wheelcraft pit crew. So visit wheelcraft.com or call them at 833-639-4231. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
The National Corvette Restorer Society is a proud sponsor of Corvette Today. Are you already an NCRS member? If not, you should consider joining, and here's why. The NCRS means community. We're a community of individuals who love the Corvette hobby and enjoy the fellowship that NCRS provides. We have NCRS chapters throughout the U.S. and Canada where members can meet monthly and share in the enjoyment of the Corvette with like-minded people. NCRS means excellence. NCRS trains some of the best and most educated judges and informed owners in the car collector world. NCRS means inclusion. Owners of both classic and new Corvettes are welcome. We offer flight and concourse judging for 53 through 07 model years and sportsman awards for Corvettes ranging from 53 through 2025. NCRS means leadership. With over 10,000 members, NCRS researches, writes, publishes, and distributes tech manuals and judging guides for the 53 through 07 Corvettes. No other Corvette organization does this, and they're available for purchase. Members also receive the bi-monthly and award-winning Restore magazine and Driveline magazine throughout the year. We also host an extensive technical discussion board at ncrs.org. Finally, NCRS means value. Many of our prestigious awards can and often do increase the value of the cars that achieve our awards. Whether you own a 53 Corvette or the latest 25 model, the NCRS has a place for you. Check us out at ncrs.org.
Hi, I'm Mark Falter, host of the Retirement Income Hour podcast and Corvette enthusiast.
I know when I bought my Z06, I was thinking two things. These cars are fabulous, and wow, are they expensive. Owning a Corvette isn't just about driving fast. It's about living life in the fast lane. But are your finances keeping up? On my podcast, I make wealth management as smooth as your Corvette on the open road. Whether it's planning your retirement, building your investments, or how to get enough income from your retirement to pay for your Corvette vision, I got you covered. Search the Retirement Income Hour podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and let's shift your finances into overdrive. I'll see you on the open road financially and literally.
Investment advisory services offered through Mid-American Wealth Advisory Group, an SEC-registered investment advisory firm.
Stretch the life of your Corvette's paint with Nova Stretch, the performance protective cover. From bugs to rock chips, Nova Stretch covers protect your Corvette, utilizing stretch fabric technology and an innovative fastening system for quick installation and easy removal and storage. Made in the USA for a tailored fit, the patented design and breathable mesh protects your Corvette without rubbing or chafing the paint like traditional covers. And unlike clear film or old-time car bras, Nova Stretch provides full front-end coverage including the grille, keeping radiators and heat exchangers clean and debris-free. Visit novastretch.com and use the code CORVETTE15 to get 15% off your order. Protect your Corvette with Nova Stretch.
I'm Harlan Charles, and you're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. It's the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, and popular wheel designs from previous generations. Along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. So give Wheelcraft a call or just visit their website. It's wheelcraft.com. The phone number is 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me is my buddy, the president and CEO of the National Corvette Museum, Bryce Burklow. In this second segment, we're going to talk about Bryce's educational career and your work career. Bryce, where did you go to college and what degrees do you have?
Yeah, I earned my bachelor's degree in psychology from Western Kentucky University, so I'm a proud hilltopper. That's right here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. While I was at Western Kentucky University, I was working in admissions here at the museum, which was my connection to the community. That's where it really began. After we graduated, I moved to St. Louis with my now wife while she attended law school, and I earned my MBA from Webster University in St. Louis. And then while working on my master's degree, I worked in sales, which gave me some pretty valuable experience in communication and customer service.
Nice. Now, when you graduated college, did you ever think that you were going to be in this kind of a career?
Not at all. So when I started college, I was actually a biology major. I was working at the Corvette Museum, and I was also working a second job at the USDA in their lab doing DNA sequencing on animal waste.
Wow.
Working in the lab made me realize pretty quickly that I wanted to pursue a degree in something besides biology. And my time at the museum kind of really showed me that I could have more than just a job. I could have a career in something I loved and was engaged with. And that's really when I changed my major over to psychology, immediately anticipating getting an MBA to make sure I could go into something that I was more passionate about.
That sounds good. Now, you started at the museum in 2005. You actually worked in admissions, and you were a tour guide at the NCM for 5 years. Talk about that and some of the other positions you've held there at the NCM.
Absolutely. So all through college, I was working in admissions as a tour guide. It was a wonderful experience. I not only got to learn a ton of Corvette history, but I got to interact with Corvette clubs, Corvette ambassadors, tourists who were just interested in Corvette and really kind of get an understanding of the community. And then after earning my MBA and came back as an events associate, at that time, the events manager was Karen Renfro, and Karen was a wonderful mentor. After she retired, I stepped into her role as the events manager and took over the venue rentals team. Over time, my responsibilities grew to include the management of the museum's land, building, and campuses as the director of events and building services. And then in February 24, I was named the interim chief operating officer and took over the leadership of the Corvette store and the Stingray Grill. And then, of course, in April of this year, I had the incredible honor of being named the president and CEO of the Corvette Museum. So the roles have given me wonderful experience in operations, guest services, facilities, programs, exhibits, even development, which has been spectacular in preparing me for the role I have today.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you and I met when you were in charge of all the on-site events. Talk a little bit about that, because that's a huge job, because there's all sorts of aspects of the museum, like Museum in Motion and some of the other things at the National Corvette Museum.
Overseeing the on-site events was one of the most rewarding and challenging parts of my career at the museum. That role, of course, includes everything from planning our annual on-site events like the Michelin NCM Bash, the anniversary celebration, Vets and Vets, and then also coordinating with the caravan captains and caravan chairmen to bring thousands of Corvettes in every 5 years for our milestone anniversary in the Corvette Caravan. I also manage the Museum in Motion program. That's a traveling event series, the museum, where we take trips all across the entire country. It's a wonderful way to get out and meet the community. So it helps us connect with members and Corvette fans across the country. So it was a unique role that blended logistics, hospitality, marketing, some engagement while spending several weeks a year traveling the country with other Corvette enthusiasts. I got to spend thousands of hours with community members enjoying meals, exploring the country. I even hiked to the bottom of Bryce Canyon National Park with a couple people on Museum in Motion. So that chapter helped me build relationships throughout the Corvette world and gave me a much broader perspective on just how far-reaching the museum's impact is and lay the groundwork for how I lead today and try to understand not just the operational side of the museum, but how powerful these experiences can really be for the community.
Yeah, and if you don't know about Museum in Motion, that is such a cool program. They take groups of Corvettes to places like Bryce discussed, but they also go to places like Tail of the Dragon. They even go to Le Mans for 2 weeks. You spend like a week in England and then a week in France at the race, don't you?
We absolutely do. Like I said, it's a wonderful way to explore parts of the country and the world that you wouldn't necessarily be comfortable going on your own, but you get to do it with other Corvette enthusiasts, and we make sure that you get to see and do things you wouldn't get to do on your own. So it's a wonderful way to experience not only the Corvette community, but parts of the world you might not go to on your own.
Yeah, definitely. That would be me raising my hand right now. Buddy, talk to me about your timeline there with the National Corvette Museum, because you started back in 2005, and then you're interim COO. Now you're full-time president and CEO.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, in February of 24, I was named the interim COO while our executive committee was acting as the interim CEO. And then in April of this year, like I said, I was fortunate and very honored to be named the president and CEO here at the Corvette Museum. So I'm hoping for a long tenure and plenty of opportunity to grow the museum within the community.
I'm looking forward to your long tenure at the NCM as well, buddy. Well, let's take our final break, Bryce. When we come back, we're going to talk about the future of the National Corvette Museum with the president and CEO, Bryce Burklow. That's coming up next here on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
Hey Corvette lovers, Brian Sarf here from Intellisense Family Office, formerly known as True Wealth & Company. I want to share a personal story today about my Uncle George. He was a lifelong Corvette lover, one of the first members of the Horseless Carriage Club in St. Louis, and a retiree from General Motors. He worked at Bowling Green Assembly for years, and he planned to rebuild Corvettes during his retirement. But his life was cut short by an untimely death at the age of 64. Uncle George and my aunt were smart, college-educated people, but their investment advisor never looked holistically at their wealth plan and didn't ask critical questions about how assets were titled, who the beneficiaries were, or how to take a pension, or if they had a will or trust. When my Uncle George died, my aunt spent the next 26 months in probate court spending thousands of dollars on attorney fees. All of this could have been avoided with a few hours of financial planning and working with the right advisor. This experience drove me into this business. I knew that there had to be a better way, and I vowed to find it. Today, with Intellisense, we do 6 key things for our clients: help you make smart decisions with your money, pay less in taxes, protect your assets, ensure a smooth wealth transfer, magnify charitable gifts, and plan for longevity. Just like maintaining your Corvette, managing your wealth requires attention and expertise. If you're ready to secure your financial future, visit Intellisense.com or reach out to us today at 913-653-8783. I'm Brian Sarf, and I look forward to helping you protect your dream by learning from the lessons from my family. Investment advisory services offered through Intellisense Investment Solutions Incorporated, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
Rev up your ride with the ultimate upgrade. The Radiator Grill Store is your go-to destination for top-notch C8 Corvette Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray accessories. Elevate your style with custom-painted engine bay covers, sleek front splitters, and side skirts that scream sophistication. Keep your C8 protected with premium Radiator Grill screens. Stand out from the crowd at car shows and beyond. Use code CT10 for an exclusive 10% discount off your total purchase at radiatorgrillstore.com. Don't miss out on turning heads. Upgrade your Corvette today.
Hi, this is Kirk Benyon, and you're listening and watching Corvette Today with Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Wheelcraft carries all the latest factory wheel designs for the C8 Stingray, Z06, and E-Ray, plus popular wheel designs from previous generations. Now, along with bright chrome and black chrome, Wheelcraft now offers bronze and custom colors at half the cost of OEM. So visit wheelcraft.com today or just give them a call, 833-639-4231. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I am sitting down and talking with the president and CEO of the National Corvette Museum, my buddy Bryce Burklow. In this final segment, we're going to talk more about the NCM. Bryce, now that you're president and CEO, what are you the most excited about when it comes to the National Corvette Museum?
Honestly, what excites me the most is the direction that we're headed. The museum means so much to so many people, and we do not take that lightly. So being in this role full-time gives me the opportunity to keep building on everything that's come before and then keep pushing forward with the momentum that we've gained, whether that's enhancing the visitor experience, expanding our educational reach, or deepening our connection with Corvette enthusiasts around the world. There's just so much potential, and I'm proud of the team we have here, and I'm excited about what we're creating together.
You have a fantastic team there, buddy. I am so excited about the direction and the focus of the museum with you at the helm. Talk to me also about some of the new things that you guys are working on there at the National Corvette Museum.
There's a lot happening right now, especially behind the scenes. It's going to just take the museum to the next level. One of the biggest initiatives that we have is our work towards museum accreditation, and that is a major step for us. It reflects a real commitment to quality, stewardship, and excellence. To me, what being an accredited museum means is that when someone gives us or loans us a piece of Corvette history, we're going to do everything we can to ensure that generations to come will get to hear and see that story, and that we're going to educate future generations on what it means to the Corvette community. We're doing that. We're also launching new exhibitions like Speed Captured, which is the photographic works of Richard Prince. That brings in a new perspective on Corvette storytelling through some absolutely incredible photography. Everything we're doing right now is focused on creating a more dynamic, engaging experience for our guests while staying true to the heart of the Corvette.
That's awesome. You've seen a lot of changes, buddy, at the National Corvette Museum over your 15-plus years there. Talk about some of the updates and changes for the National Corvette Museum.
It's been amazing to watch the museum grow over the years. When I first started, we were a different place. We were about half the size as what we are today. Today, we've got exhibitions that are more interactive and immersive. We have our hands-on education spaces, which change the way we interact with all generations. We have a huge digital platform. Our digital presence has continued to expand on all the different digital platforms in ways that we just could have never imagined. So one of my favorite updates has been the launch of the McMichael Family Education Gallery. Seeing students design their own Corvettes and connect with real world STEM and STEAM content right here in the museum is just incredibly powerful. And the creation of the gallery has allowed us to become a truly regional educator. It's been a constant evolution, always to honor Corvette's past, while trying to keep things fresh and forward looking. And that is a direct reflection of the amazing staff we have at the museum and the work that they're doing.
Absolutely. Buddy, I know that when you were announced as the full-time president and CEO, the entire staff there at the museum was super excited. And it is so cool to see the backing of your entire staff there at the museum being so excited with you being in the leadership role.
You know, we have an incredible team here. It means a lot to me. I've worked side by side with this team for years. And so to have the support and trust is something that means the world to me, and I don't take it lightly. They work extremely hard. They care very deeply. They're extremely passionate, and they believe in what this place stands for. So to feel that support when I stepped in this role full time, it was humbling. It showed me that we weren't just a team, we're a community, and everyone is rowing the same direction. And as long as we're doing that, there's no limit to what we can accomplish. And I'm genuinely grateful to be a part of it.
Buddy, everyone is glad to see you as the full-time president and CEO of the National Corvette Museum, and I mean the entire Corvette community. You're young, you can grow with the museum as the museum grows as well, obviously. And one of the things that excites me the most about your full-time appointment is the opportunity of longevity for you being in that position. We haven't seen that since Wendell Strode days.
That's incredibly kind. I really appreciate that. I think longevity absolutely matters. When you're able to stay in a role and grow with an organization, it allows you to see the long game and commit to what others are doing and doing things the right way. The museum is on a very strong path, and I want to help guide it through its next chapter. I've grown in a lot of ways here, and I'm excited now to have the opportunity to lead it to the future. And that, like I said, is not something I take for granted. We have really big plans. I'm planning on being here for the long haul. I'm committing to maintaining that legacy, building upon it by investing in our people, and ensuring the Corvette Museum continues to be a place of inspiration for guests for generations to come.
Buddy, I am so excited with you being at the helm. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on Corvette Today. We look forward to you being there for many, many years to come.
It's an absolute honor to be on here with you, and hopefully look forward to many more talks.
Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today. And be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today show. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-639-4231. Soul Performance Products at SOULPP.com, the official performance exhaust of Corvette Today. Sioka Corvette at CIOCCA Corvette.com. E5 Wheels at E5Wheels.com. IntelliSense at IntelliSense.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the promo code CT111 at Aerolarri.com. Mark Falter with the Retirement Income Hour podcast. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at ChevyUSA.com.
Thanks for checking out Corvette Today on podcast and YouTube. If you'd like to contact Steve with ideas for Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Also, sign up for email notifications at corvettetoday.ck.page. Follow Steve and the show on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Threads at Steve Garrett DJ. Thanks again for listening and watching Corvette Today.